Thank you, guys. I am very honored to be here at the Davos for Food Eat Forum. I think it's been amazing. I'm a South African immigrant entrepreneur in America, and I thought I would take what many of you guys are academics, government, and NGOs through an entrepreneur's view of the world and of the food world, and share what I'm seeing coming down the pipe. For a little bit of context, I moved to America in 1995. I moved there during just before the internet boom, and the wave that I saw coming down the pipe truly blew my mind. What change was going to come from the internet. I didn't quite know what role I would play as an entrepreneur, but I knew I had to be part of it. And I see the same thing in food today. But before I go through the information I'm going to share, I just want to get one thing out of the way. There are some very important people out there that are telling us that the critical problem in front of us is we need to make more calories to feed the world. That is a big pile of shit. Using the cheeseburger index, we've been making enough calories since the 60s to feed the world. We do have a distribution problem. We have way too much distribution in America, and as a result, it's extraordinary obesity amongst our children and adults. It's a disaster. And then we, of course, have hunger in places where we don't have distribution. But actual calories produced, this is a problem we have solved so many years ago. And we are now solving it at such tiny, tiny improvements that it is the least interesting area for any entrepreneur to spend their time. The problem is industrial food. So industrial food is a system that is based on scale and fossil fuels. So if you take the view from Michael Pollan earlier that really we need to think about food in the context of climate change, industrial food ignores that entirely and uses fossil fuels to drive the price down, increase the calories with complete disregard for nutrition. Now what's amazing, because of the internet, the 21st century is going to be a very different place. It'll be a place of real food. Real food is food, very simply put, that is nourishing to the consumer, it is nourishing to the community, including the farmer, and it is nourishing to the planet. It's food that is driven by information. We understand now what we're putting in our bodies. 10 years ago, advertisements could easily change our view of what we were eating. You can't do that anymore. The internet has changed that. And then the other area is land stewardship, climate change, the impact on the environment. We actually know how much damage we're doing, and we can't ignore it. Good news, change is a-coming. So McDonald's has closed hundreds of stores last year. I work in the restaurant business, they work in the store business. Microwave sales have plateaued, frozen food sales are collapsing. And this is because people understand the kind of food that they're putting in their stomach through that processed food is bad for them. It is slowly killing them. The good news is that people want real food. 45% of Americans want real food, and less than 1% of our land in America produces organic food. Isn't that incredible? And that's when the entrepreneur's brain goes, okay, here's an opportunity. Millennials will choose organic over non-organic twice as much as the baby boomers. They love food. All right, so what am I finding out there? First of all, the market size is huge. This is the software market. A lot of my friends are in the software market. It's about the size of the seafood market. The food market is almost a $5 trillion industry. So an incredible opportunity for entrepreneurs. So I went out and I started looking for what am I going to go find that is going to change, where are the business opportunities for me in this space. And I went looking in Iowa, and I went looking for this guy. So this guy is the American typical farmer. Everyone thinks about the strapping young man farming food for his community. And I went and visited looking for this guy. He's actually the Bachelor, is the TV show in America. And this is literally what they think the farmer is. So I went and visited these farmers and said, hey guys, let's go talk about this. Why are you not farming real food? And this is who I met. These lovely old ladies with the best intentions in the world, but they're 75 to 90 years old, and they own 55% of the farmland in Iowa. Holy fuck. That's why nothing's changing. Now, the good news, for better or for worse, these lovely ladies are going to pass on. and there's going to be a shit ton of land going to come down our way. So get excited because there's going to be an avalanche of supply. So the other thing that's going to happen is that we have this completely stupid technology called corn ethanol. It takes a gallon of oil to produce a gallon of ethanol. It's the only technology, even the oil companies don't like it. It is such a bad idea, but for me personally, it's 25 million acres of wasted land. 40% of corn in America is produced for ethanol. 25 million acres is twice the size of the American Central Valley. And we are so stressed out about the Central Valley, and yet we don't give a crap about 25 million acres of land being used incorrectly in Iowa. The other thing is climate change. We're seeing nitrogen fertilizer in the land. The Environmental Protection Agency in America is not allowed to govern farmland. It's literally illegal for them to govern farmland, which will change, just like the EPA was eventually able to govern corporations in the 70s. This is no longer acceptable to our society when we have the information around us that tell us that this is actually happening. So quickly, some solutions I'm seeing. This is a beautiful farm in Arkansas, 200,000 acre cotton farm. No one makes money in cotton anymore, especially in America, but they don't know how to farm food. They have never farmed food. And so what do? This guy's buying 200,000 acres and he's going to start figuring that out. Automation. So in traditional farming, this is unfortunately the reality, which is called stoop labor. And in stoop labor, you obviously have workers that are treated just by the reality of their job in very harsh conditions. Amazing how much innovation can happen when you put a conveyor belt up and they can stand up straight. This is only recently being implemented in American farming. We are in the dark ages when it comes to farming, and so the opportunity is incredible. Satellite imagery, there's a company that I happen to know that launches satellites, is capturing imagery on chlorophyll in plants at scale. So you can actually make decisions on your farms at tens and hundreds of thousands of acres based on infrared and biomass data. Indoor farming, I think, is one of the most, if not the most exciting area that I see in food today. Bringing local production of fresh food to cities around the world, right into Stockholm in the middle of January, very, very soon. You know about, I think, our restaurants. You saw that in the thing. We work on learning gardens. I loved Laura's talk on learning gardens and how important they are. The impact is incomparable relative to so much of the other efforts that I do, but this is my favorite project that I work on today. We work across America, and we continue to look for other cities that we can go deep in. I think that I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, guys. I'm so excited to join you guys in academia. I don't know why I'm here. Thank you for letting me keep the hat, by the way. And I'm excited to join you guys in government. I'm excited to join you guys in NGOs. Let's go have some fun. Let's go change the world. Thanks, guys.